Ben, and today I'm going to be giving you a full overview of the Minolta SRT 101. This is by far the most popular camera that Minolta made. This is in single lens reflex camera, SLR. Takes 35mm film. This particular model is from 1967. They started producing these in 1966 with small variations, but all the models were essentially the same. I'll take the lens cover off for you. Now, the lens that came with this camera at this time, they changed the lens that came with it. This one right here is a 55mm f1.7, very fast lens. And you can see up here you have your film rewind knob, and by pulling this up you could also open the back cover. Right here you have your shutter speeds. Goes from 1 second all the way up to 1/1000th of a second, and there's also bulb mode, which holds the shutter open as long as you have the button depressed. And now here you have where you set your film speed for the light meter. What you do to set that is you pull this up and you rotate that. I have mine set at 400. Right here you have your film advance lever, your exposure counter, your shutter release, cold shoe, not a hot shoe. Speaking of flash, you have an X sync and a FP sync, focal plane sync, and xenon sync. On the back, you have your very large viewfinder, very nice bright viewfinder in there. You have a DIN to ASA film conversion scale, and by the way, ASA is the same as ISO. So on the front, we have here is a self timer. I think it's about 10 seconds. Right here you have your depth of field preview button, and I will go into further detail with that in a little bit. And then right here you have your mirror lockup, which what that does is you rotate this, and that locks the mirror in the upward position. You could use that for taking really long exposures to eliminate vibration, or if you have I heard there was some lenses that protruded into the camera body, but that was less common. So I have just finished a roll of film, and now what I'm going to do is rewind it for you guys and go through the process. Now to rewind it, you just flip this up right here. As you can see, there's a little arrow, and I will rewind it. Oh, and when you rewind it, also, you have to press on the bottom here, this film rewind button. I'll go over this other stuff in a bit. But you have to press that down and then begin to rewind. You don't have to hold it down the whole time. You just press it, get it started, and then you can release the button. Well, it stays pushed in actually, as you can see. Alright, well, I've just finished rewinding my film. When you open the back door, the exposure counter resets. Right now you can see it's at 25. I had a 24 roll in there. And when you open the back, that resets automatically. So, what I'm going to do now is take this, pull it up. It'll go up about that far, and then to fully open, all you have to do is just pull it up a little bit more. And back opens like that. My roll of film just fell out, actually. As you can see right here, I had a roll of Kodak 400 in there. Very nice film. Now, inside we have the your shutter right here, the film rails. On this part you have the pressure plate. This is where you put your film, right here. And then you wind it onto this spool and make sure it's engaged with the sprockets. All that good stuff. Pretty simple. And I'll give you a little demonstration of how the shutter works now. I will set it to 1/30th. I already have it cocked, so as you can see, just opens real fast like that. I'll set it to half a second just so you can see it better. And as you can see, this is how the film rewind lever works. There's a little bit of play, and that's intentional in design. And then you just do that, and when you have film in there, that will advance your film and cock the shutter, and it will also cock the depth of field preview, which I'll get into in a minute. Alright, here's a half second, like that. Really nice shutter. Now, if you're used to using new modern DSLRs, you probably know that the shutters are a series of metal blades that go up and down. These older cameras, the shutters are actually a piece of cloth that goes around, that just shows a gap real quick and then closes back up. Let's give you another last little demo. I'll do 1/8, and then why not set it to 1,000th? Yeah, you probably barely see it on the camera. Alright, now I'm gonna close the back right for now. Snap shut, and then you just push that down. The self-timer, I'll give you a little demonstration for that. All you have to do is just pull it down like that. You'll hear it click and engage, and you press that button right there. Oh, I forgot to advance the film, or cock the shutter in this case. The self-timer will not fire unless the shutter's cocked. So once you cock that, if you forgot to, I'll just reset it now. Just do that again. And as you can hear, probably not see, but hear, the shutter fired. Now I'm going to take the lens off so you can get a better view of the inside. Take the lens off, you just move that little piece down right there, and rotate the lens right off. As you can see, the lens is pretty compact. Very, very good lens. You can get very sharp images with this. Now, as you can see inside, there's the mirror. And you probably can't see the mirror very well, but right there you can kind of see it. I'll demonstrate this mirror lockup switch. When you rotate this, it just brings the mirror upwards, and what you're seeing right now in there is the shutter. And then you just do that, the mirror falls back down. Now I'll fire the shutter right now with the lens off so you can see how that looks. That was 1/15. I'll do 1/2 for right now. Kind of shows you that. When that happens, the mirror lifts up and then the shutter opens up for whatever you have it set to. Depth of field preview button. Now, what the depth of field preview does is, basically, let me put the lens back on. Now, you have your aperture. Now normally, when you move the aperture ring, the aperture doesn't actually close because it has to be fully open for the light meter to give an accurate reading. Now, when the shutter's cocked, when you press the depth of field preview button, the aperture, there you go, the aperture will close. Or say if you have it set to a certain aperture. Now, the light meter still knows what aperture the lens is set at because there's a little ring there that tells it what it's at, but remains open when you're metering. And when you press that button, my aperture is a little slow right now. When you press that button, basically what happens is the aperture closes to whatever you have it set at, so you can see what your depth of field will look like. And now when you have the depth of field preview button engaged, that your meter will turn off temporarily until you push it in. Now, a proper functioning lens, the aperture should open back up almost instantaneously, but mine's a little bit cold, just had it outside. So yeah, that's how that works. I'll demonstrate the bulb mode for you right now. Shutter's already cocked. Now with the bulb mode, I can press a shutter and it'll stay open as long as I hold the button down, so you'd use that for long exposures. The only problem with that is the light meter, usually anything above a 1 second exposure, the meter won't really recognize. So you just have to ballpark really long exposures, like if you're shooting at night or in dark conditions like that. Now on the bottom we have the light meter switch right here. You turn it on, off, and then BC, that means battery check. This is where the battery goes for the light meter. You just rotate that off to get the battery in. Now, I'll do my best to let you have a look through the viewfinder. I couldn't let the camera look through the viewfinder. It wasn't really working out. But basically, I'll probably put a picture in the video to try to help illustrate it. What you have is you have two lines in the viewfinder that you see on the right side. Now one line, the line without the circle, there's one just a straight line and then the line with the circle in the end. The line without the circle will move to whatever lighting condition you're at. And basically, you try to adjust your shutter speed and aperture to match the line with the circle to the straight line. And that means you have a good exposure. The aperture and the shutter speed are both connected to that second line, then you have to match with the first one. So it's a very easy way of getting proper exposure. Now with the battery, this camera originally took a mercury battery, which since has been outlawed in the United States because it was dangerous. Now a lot of people think that the batteries for these cameras are hard to find and you know, good ones, and that can be true. But an easy way to do it is just to go to your local corner store, I mean whatever store, and look for a hearing aid battery, a 675 cell. Don't buy an alkaline cell because those won't really work for your light meter because of how they lose their charge and their voltage can be inconsistent. What you want to get is a zinc air cell, which most of them are. Get a 675 cell, just pop it right in there, and that's all you have to do. It's just a normal battery. You don't have to get any special batteries. They have a different type of battery called a wine cell, and that one is very similar in operation to the mercury battery, but it's slightly more expensive. And they say the wine cell will last a lot longer than these hearing aid batteries, but I haven't had a problem with that. Mine's lasted pretty long, but albeit I don't use my camera all that often. That's about it. That's really all I can think of for this camera so far. Leave any comments or anything if you'd like me to make a follow-up video. If you have any other questions about any other features or how this camera works, I'm pretty familiar with this camera, so just if you want to see anything else, leave me a comment and I'll make another video going into even further detail if you'd like. So that's it. I got this off eBay for about 46 bucks. I paid for this, fully functioning. Now I overpaid a little bit. One in fully functioning, condition you could usually get from anywhere from $20 to $30 average, sometimes a little bit more, occasionally a little bit less. But alright, that's it, and thanks for watching.